When I was a girl, I had a passion for the peculiar.
Oh my god, is this Overwatch 2 Season 13? This is groundbreaking. I wonder what they changed in the game. Well, I guess for starters, before we go into some other things, we can go into the patch notes that came out with this season. Stay with me now, I'm going to move a little fast here. Okay, here we go. Malgo Burn now lasts 1 second longer. Ram can't punch through shields anymore, but he does 2 times damage to them. Ryan's shield got nerfed by 100 HP. Hanzo got buffed back to 250 HP. Sojourn can now not hold 25 charge anymore, but gets charge off of the ball thingy. Bap got his recoil lowered by 30%. Brig got 0.5% increase on her packs. Juno finally got a decent nerf. Sombra is completely useless now, and also Flats reacted to the patch. So with all of that being said, W or L patch from old Aaron Keller and Team 4 over at Blizzard? Honestly, it's kind of a W. They didn't really change much, but there's one thing that I think they missed that a lot of people already started to complain about. Yeah, it's Arisa. I don't know why. They just decided not to nerf Arisa at all, because they keep micro-buffing this fucking character, and she keeps coming back, and no one enjoys playing against her after the rework, aka her turning into the Overwatch 2 mobile that she is today. I mention it once every video, but another classic example of 5v5 tanking, the next problem has come up, and it's the Iron Maiden this time, and next time it's probably going to be Hog or something again. He hasn't had the spotlight in a while. Also, I'm going to take a pause in the video for a second. How you guys doing? It's good to be back. After taking a break from Overwatch for almost a month, life has gotten amazing, honestly. I've been playing other games. It's really cool. But yeah, what are my personal opinions on Season 13? Again, every single time one of these comes out, the art team knocked it out of the park. I will say, though, the Widow skin is a bit interesting if you look at her outfit. Also, I saw something on Twitter about them, like, posting a video of a Kiriko skin, and they're, like, purposely advertising her feet. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little weird, guys. We need to cut that out.
I'm just built different. I'm just built different. Yeah, I'm just built different.
Oh, also, there was one other big thing that came from this update that was actually, in my opinion, a huge W, but in some ways it's an L. And that was actually some of the maps getting reworked. And those maps were Circuit, Numbani, Havana, and Dorado. Now, after my rigorous play testing, I've concluded that most of these actually don't fucking matter at all. The only one that I really did see a pretty big difference in was Dorado, and especially Second Point with that giant-ass fucking mansion of a staircase they put there. It's actually pretty nice. It makes attacking Second Point Dorado a lot less frustrating, and being able to actually get a ground tank up there and, you know, take the space without having to just get shot in the head over and over again by a Widow, an Ashe, yada yada yada. It's a lot nicer to be attacking now. Now, with that being said, I have to get into the L's from the map reworks. Specifically, the biggest one in my opinion is going to be Circuit. Circuit is just a piece of shit map. I mean, this map is made specifically for Widowmaker and like by Widowmaker players probably. I mean, it is just a fucking disgrace. You know, the first corner they did something, so it's not as bad, but the second you get around that second corner heading left, it's the same shit. It's the exact same. I will say, though, it's nice of them to go back and try to make an attempt to fix some of these things. I think Circuit, again, is just a flawed map in general, but some of the other maps they worked on, especially Havana and Numbani, I did actually feel the difference in them, and I am grateful that Widow just can't completely take over the map. She still definitely can, because Widowmaker is an inherently flawed and broken character, especially in the 5v5 format, but it's not as bad, so I'll take what I can get from old Aaron. As far as what tanks are good, obviously, Arisa is the top dog right now, but something that caught my eye, and I just can't resist talking about it, is that Derpy82 has multiple accounts in Champ right now. This must mean that Reinhardt is broken. I've actually been seeing Reinhardt a lot recently, and I actually think Rein's pretty fucking good. I'm sure Derpy will tell you that Reinhardt is not good, and that shatters are really hard to land, but I assure you Reinhardt's pretty decent right now. I've also seen old Roadhog come into the mix a couple times here and there. That character's still really annoying to play against, but at least he's not completely useless. As far as supports, Juno is still probably the best support in the game at the moment. Orbital Ray is just the best ult in the entire fucking game right now. It's undeniable. I've seen a mix of Brig, Bap, some Alari, but for the most part it's still Brig Juno, which is whatever. One thing on a personal note I want to get into is the Hanzo buffs. Hanzo has actually been really enjoyable to play now that he can't get fucking flicked like a fly by anyone on the map because he was 225 HP. Now with him back at 250 HP, you can survive a lot more engagements and bursts that you used to not be able to survive, which is actually really helpful. Also, the satisfaction of actually landing the one shot on characters is just, it's so nice. In the world now that we have post-season 9, where you rarely get to see one shots anymore, it's really, really special. Sniping an Ashe from far away and just one-tapping them and them typing what the fuck at you. The one thing I do want to mention about Hanzo though is the only part of his kit that I don't really like right now is they increased the draw time on his bow to compensate for him having the one shot back. And while I see why they did it, it makes his kit feel a lot more clunky in general, and I also think it's completely stupid that he can't charge his bow and go up walls anymore. Like, why? My old buddy Sam did his normal thing. You know, he streamed on the day of the patch, got angry at the patch, yelled at the devs for making Sombra useless, and then continued to play for like 6 more hours. So, you know, the world keeps spinning around, nothing's really changed. And that brings me into my final point of this patch. If you guys haven't noticed yet, one thing I keep saying over and over again in all my videos, especially since I've started doing YouTube videos about Overwatch, and specifically Overwatch 2, is that no matter how many times they patch this fucking game, something never changes, and the thing that never changes is the gameplay loop. What do I mean by the gameplay loop? I mean specifically one tank, being the super tank that runs around and does whatever they want, or one of them's overpowered, and you know what I mean. I also mean Widow having free reign of the map because there's no off tank to pressure her, yada yada yada. I can keep going on and on. There's one thing that's not going to change, and that's because the format is stuck in the way the format is. Now, there is hope on the horizon. I am a firm believer that the 6v6 test will come and save us like the second coming of Christ. Hopefully, Aaron Keller can turn into Jesus Christ because he needs to turn this fuck-ass game from water into wine. Now, I actually do have hope that they can do it. I've been seeing a lot of new things, and they're actually trying things, which gives me hope that the dev team can actually cook up something. I'm aware that it's a long process of, you know, fixing the engine, getting all that stuff ready, and I am grateful that they are even attempting this. But I swear to God, if they go through all of this hassle and they get the PV or the 6v6 test out and it's just in quick play hacked and they never do ranked or anything like that, I'm going to crash out, bro. Like, I swear to God, I'm going to freak. Anyways, though, with all of that being said, my final thoughts on the patch is it's another Overwatch 2 patch. The gameplay shifted a little bit. A different tank's overpowered. Widowmaker is still Thanos in half of the game that she's played. And they buffed Hanzo. And they tweaked some of the maps a little bit. And that's about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like or leave a dislike. Doesn't matter to me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys are having a good day, evening, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Stay safe. Much love. Peace.